Hey, let's talk about one Pilates thing that we see a lot in contemporary Pilates, and that is the burn. Um, pulses. The burn that comes from pulses, from pulsing and from holding. So, what exactly is it that's going on when you pulse? And why is your body burning or your muscles burning? So, straight off the bat, pulsing, everything that it does is it pulsing exhausts your muscles. So it quickly sends you into fatigue, which gives you the feeling that you have completed an exercise, that you have achieved something, which is what a lot of people want to get out of a workout. There's nothing wrong with that. As a previous Barry lover, I completely understand it. Um, but what exactly does pulsing do? And I'm going to try to explain in my own words. If you are an anatomy and a movement expert, someone with a degree like my teacher, Kristen, please don't come after me if I name the wrong things. But this is the overall um, message for you guys who love Pilates. So basically, what we're doing in contemporary and classical Pilates is we are extending the muscle and contracting the muscle. This is the same thing in all forms of exercise, and this is how we sculpt, develop, or grow muscles. So, when we're doing isometric holds, isometric is like when you do a squat and you hold, or if you're in the reformer and you come halfway and you hold halfway, so you feel your thighs burning, things like that. That's the hold. And when you're pulsing, you're basically doing little movements at an elevation or at a specific angle that will fatigue your muscles, that will make you feel like you're working. Classical Pilates doesn't necessarily fall into the pulsing. And the reason is because with classical Pilates, you are working, or the whole sequencing within classical will take you through spinal articulations. Everything is focused on the core. You're doing a lot of spinal flexibility, twisting, which is super important. Holding yourself up with your arms, challenging gravity with your legs in really uncomfortable positions. And when you pulse, what you're doing is you're keeping your muscles short. So if this is the full movement, when you're pulsing, you're basically keeping the movement to this range of motion. And after repeated pulses or after layering, your muscle will start to burn. All you're doing is creating the feeling that you are doing work. While obviously it is work, we do want to feel the fatigue. When you extend and bend and you use the full length of your arm, in this case, then you're actually working everything. So you're working this joint and this joint, and you're also keeping everything straight. So it's a full lengthening experience, whereas with the other one is more, it's just a limited range of motion. And after a while of holding it up, you do feel the weight and the fatigue of what you've done, of the exercise. So it's not a bad thing, not at all. It doesn't discredit contemporary Pilates at all either. It doesn't make classical better either. Although it is preferable to do the full movement to get the full benefit of that movement. So if you're doing leg circles and you're doing it with your full leg extended, holding it in a straight line while moving, keeping your hips squared, pulling in, engaging through your powerhouse, scooping up and feeling the elevation through the crown of your head. When you're doing all of this, it's a full exercise with a lot to think about. You're lengthening, you're strengthening, you're building your muscle and your movement, you're building better habits in favor of your complete range of motion, which then allows you to progress a lot more. So yes, that is what pulses are. The burn is basically your muscles fatiguing. And yeah, it's part of the practice. It's enjoyable. It can be very addictive. And it's also fun to play with. So you will definitely see it around quite a lot, especially in this channel.